Welcome back to my channel, and if you're visiting for the first time, you're welcome too. My name is Sola, and one of the things I do on this channel is to catalog my journey or my process of learning how to arrange flowers, and I'm going to be doing that in this video as well. But before I do that, I've got one or two things I'd like to share. So the first thing is this. As I was preparing to get the flower cuts and all that I have, getting them ready, because as you know that you have to remove all the leaves so that the leaves don't sit in the water when you do your arrangements. I was preparing that. My attention was on the leaves, and of course the bouquet that I did, one of the bouquets that I bought to use in my arrangement has a lot of chrysanthemum in it, and there are different types of them, and my attention was drawn to the leaves, and I'm going to show you the leaves. So I've got all of these, and they have similar leaves. You may not be able to see it this much, but I'll take a good picture of the leaves and put it so on the screen so that you can see it. And one of the things that just occurred to me is the fact that they belong to the same family and they have similar characteristics, which in this case is the leaves. And this is the same with things in life. When, of course, I'm a science teacher and we look at groupings and patterns of behavior of things, and it just struck me that it's the same for life, it's the same for this plant. And if we are able to identify patterns and things, which is one of the ways in which we teach, that will be very good way to learn things. And of course, in my learning process of learning how to put flowers together or flower cuts together to make a bouquet or to make an arrangement, I've already seen the application of some of those principles that I have taught my kids and also that I've learned, and I know that it is true of life. So that's the first lesson. So the second lesson is that I know that the florists have implicitly have understanding of it and they've used it in grouping. It's the word grouping. So I was looking at the different colors that you have in a particular bouquet, and I can see that there is a similarity or gradual change which forms like a pattern, and they put those different colors together. And because I wouldn't say I'm not, because I'm learning to do thumbnails, do a lot of artistic things that has to do with video making, video editing and all of that. Those things are becoming very real to me, the way colors work together and the way artists and nature generally just use this, and we've learned this fact from nature, and artists are using that principle in making things work. That I find incredible. And of course, as a child of God, I see that it is a way in which the Lord is teaching us, in the way in which the foundational principles, the way the Lord teaches us about things around us, about human nature and about Him Himself as well. So those are the two lessons I'd like to share before I do my arrangement. I hope you're going to stay with me as I do my arrangement. Right, in this session, what I have is quite a range of, well, I won't say it's a range of color. I've got things that tend towards white and cream, as well as some purple and not deep, I would say deep red. So I've got these roses are deep red and pink, two pink roses, as well as this flower that is matching the pink of the pink roses. And then I've got this, I think this is from Veronica, the head of Veronica. It looks as if it's wilting now, but I hope it will pick up when I put it in water. And I also have a generous helping of this greenery, which I think I figured out how to use it, because my vase is quite wide brim, so this can serve as a resting point for all the flowers that I'm going, or the flower cuts I'm going to put into it, and so the stem should be able to serve as a good network to secure it. And I've got some leftover berries which I'll find somewhere to tuck it in. Now I mentioned that I have a range of greeneries. This particular one is Pitopsteron. I think I'll put the name on the on the screen for you to see if you know how to pronounce it well. But I was really surprised to see this in the flower in the bunch that I bought, because this is something I have in my garden, and it just makes me to see how you can develop your art, because arranging a flower is an art, and I am learning that, and I'm very encouraged by so many things that I've been learning in the process of getting better at learning how to arrange flowers. So that's what we're going to do today, and I would let you see the process as I'm going along. So I have gone in with the mums. I have 3 of them, shades of yellow and white, and hopefully with this, I've tried to do a 3, and so I think the next thing will be to put in the roses, and then any other thing that I feel can get in there. Again, I'll show you when I've done that so you can see how it's coming out. So I've gone in with the roses that I have. It doesn't look quite balanced to me, but I want to leave it at that and add more pink roses and also the other pink flower that I have. Let's see whether it can tone down the overpowering green and also just have a kind of gradient to it. I'll try to see if I can do that. The pink roses, because just there are just 2 of them, doesn't seem to have made any difference. But when I add the other pink flower, it's out. Because what I've done is to put the pink roses on either opposite each other, and I'll then try and put the other 2 pink flowers here. Hopefully that would do some kind of make a different look. So I've got that pink and another pink on opposite sides again, and it is bringing out some kind of color. And I also have the Veronica, which I think would be complementary to this when I add them. So I'll put them in and show you the outcome. I think the Veronica have done something for the arrangement, and I'm happy about that. They look a bit floppy, but I was almost tempted to go into my garden and get my Veronica, but I would do no such thing. I'm going to make do with just what I have here. So I have more things to add to it, and I will do that and let you see the outcome. So I have put a lily that I think is white or cream, is beginning to open up, which would then form like the crown of this arrangement, and I cannot wait for it to actually open up. And let's see what drama is going to bring onto the arrangement. So I have put the gypsophila around, and I'm hoping I can see it, and I'm hoping you can, and it's made a difference. Wherever you see it, it's add a difference to the texture that is going on around the arrangement. So one more item to go, I think, and then I'm done. So this is my outcome, my final outcome. I am pleased with this arrangement. I hope you are too. Can you please, if you do, give us a thumbs up and drop me some comments about my process and the outcome, and any other suggestion you have for me for subsequent arrangements that I will be doing, or any other thing you would like me to see me do. I think I'm gradually improving in my skills of arranging flowers. And so thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up and to subscribe to the channel. Also to turn on your notification button so you can receive an alert when a new video is been made and released. So until next time, I say unto you, bye and God bless.